Our supermarket aisles are always chock-filled with the latest health food crazes, but are they always as good for us as we think they are? The lovely Claire Turnbull, the wonderful Claire Turnbull from Mission Nutrition joins us now to help us avoid some food traps. We were, while you were getting everything out of your bag and setting up, yes. Claire, thank you for coming in. We so appreciate you, Claire Turnbull. And you were talking to me about each thing that was coming out. I was quite shocked.
Yeah.
Because we kind of know the bad foods, right?
Yeah.
And so we think, OK, we're going to set those aside and try hard to eat the good foods.
Yes.
I would have thought that a lot of these were good foods.
Yeah, well, it's just about being aware of what you're buying. It's a really confusing place now in the supermarket and these health foods. I think anything with that kind of health halo vibe, a lot of people think that if you've got, say, carrots over here and chocolate chip muffins over here, that these healthy foods sit, or health halo foods sit somewhere in the middle. Really, they sit closer to the original chocolate chip cookies. They may be slightly healthier, and sometimes they're actually the same, just packaged differently.
You used the term halo. What do you mean, halo foods? What do you mean?
Just the food that kind of makes you feel like it's a good thing to be buying.
Right.
And one of the problems is that often foods that feel good to buy, people eat more of.
Yeah.
Or they buy them when they wouldn't ordinarily eat the original food.
Right. If I have my greatest vulnerability is salt and vinegar chippies,
yes.
right?
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, I love them. And
yeah.
after, because we get up at 3:30,
yeah.
you really crave that kind of
yes.
comfort food that gives you a hit.
Yeah.
So I would think if I ate Harvest Snaps baked pea crisps,
yeah.
salt and vinegar flavoured, I'd be
doing a good thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
or less of a bad thing.
Yeah, so they are the same amount of salt as a normal salt and vinegar chips. They are slightly healthier, but they are still 23% fat. A normal potato chip is 30% fat. That bag there is near enough 450 calories, which is about the quantity of a meal. So a serving size of that says a fifth. I had...
Sorry, it says a fifth on the packet, doesn't it?
If you look at the amount in there, you'd have to have extreme self-control to only eat a fifth of those. They are delicious. They're super tasty. The crunch, the salt. You need to think of these like chippies. Like, if you're going to have them, think of them like chippies. Don't start thinking, I'm going to get a vegetable serve in by eating those. There's nothing wrong with having chips every now and then, as long as you consciously know that's the type of food that you're having.
When you say every now and then...
Well, you know, like maybe if you have on a Friday as a day that you have a couple of handfuls of chips, if you've eaten really well all week, it's okay to eat ice cream and cake on birthdays. The fact is, I know people now that buy that thinking it's like a vegetable snack when you get home from work every day. And the same goes for some of these chippies, right? Like, these are vegetable chips. This has got a tiny bit of vegetable powder in, similar to potato chips. The vegetable crackers, garden vegetable, they are like 20% fat, where, again, a potato chip is 30% fat. 4% dried vegetable flavouring. So it's a cracker, but it's certainly not, the vegetable vibe. Yeah. You really need to be aware of that word vegetable.
Energy per 100 grams, 1,980 kilojoules.
Yeah, so they're high in energy, high in fat. So just aware of that vegetable
That's
word.
why you feel good when you eat them, eh?
Yeah.
When it goes in.
Oh, my goodness, it's got in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about this here? So this is the phrase that gets me all the time, and it's got on the back here, no added sugar.
Yeah.
So that means they're not getting the Chelsea and tipping it in. But how much sugar is there in here?
Yeah, so there's 27 teaspoons in that and 7 teaspoons of that. Obviously,
27 teaspoons?
Yeah, so we're trying to get, in an ideal world, an adult would have less than 6 teaspoons a day.
How many in this?
7. And that's got a really good vibe to it, hasn't it? The immunity, vegetables on the front. It's not added sugar, it's fruit. It's sugar from fruit and vegetables, but when you juice it or blend it up together, it still counts as what we need to limit. The other thing, the sweetie treat type thing, so our sugar-free marshmallows.
Sugar-free?
Sugar-free chocolate. That chocolate there is higher in fat than normal chocolate, and the sugar-free chocolate is almost the same calories as normal chocolate.
So how do we know? How do we know, Claire?
Yeah, listen to this. Yeah, well, a lot of it is about actually looking at the back of the packet, and I guess sometimes it's better just to have a little bit of the original and know it's what you're enjoying it. Be mindful of the claims, and just, I guess, have a little bit of what you enjoy rather than necessarily thinking, well, it's got that healthy vibe, I can have 3 times as much.
So don't fall for the halo and stick with what you know perhaps, but just really regulate it.
Yeah. And the whole food is, is definitely the best thing to go for most of the time.